Hi, once again, and welcome to another demo. It's again follow up with what we've been doing so far. In this demo, we will show how we can detach or remove a disk from a virtual machine and delete it from the storage pool. So let's jump into the demo. Now, suppose that we have an LXD virtual machine as we've done in the previous demos, that we attached additional disk to it, and now we want to detach or remove those disks from the VM. Uh, there are many reasons for why we want to do this, um, especially if something goes wrong. There is a typo I see with the disk or the setup. We might want to uh, remove the disk from the virtual machine. All right, but before we create any disks, or I mean, before we remove any disk, let's see what disks that are already exist on the LXD. We see here we have, you know, the disk for the virtual machine, which contains the root file system. And this is the additional disk that we created that we call disk one. All right. But before we remove the disk from the VM, let's explore one more time the disks that are on our that our virtual machine has. Right. Uh, we again can use the fdisk command using, with in combination with the LXC exec command. You see we have the disk here that we attached to the virtual machine earlier, and this is the other disk that contains, for example, the Linux partitions and the file system and the root file system and so on. This is the disk that we attach to it that we want to remove from the system, all right? Okay, now let's detach or remove the disk from the virtual machine first, okay? Okay, now we remove the disk from the virtual machine itself, but the disk or the volume is still on the LXD system. Okay, but let's check if it's removed from or detached, if it's still attached to the system or if it's removed. Okay, now we see that it's not longer there. We only see the only one that we see in terms of QEMU disk is the device SDA. Device SDB is no longer there. Wonderful. We see that the disk has been removed from the VM. Now, if we're going to use the volume or disk on another VM, if we're not going to use it, it's wise to remove it from the LXD storage pool as well. All right, let's do that. We delete it from here. We delete it from the storage pool as well, and let's see if it's removed from the storage pool now. Now we see that it's removed from the storage pool, and the only one that we have it's the hard disk that contains the Linux partitions and the root file system for the virtual machine. Great. The volume is removed from the storage pool as well. All right. If we want to remove additional disk from the VM, then we can repeat the process again. And if we want to remove them from the pool, we should repeat the process again. All right. This concludes our demo. Thank you once again, and bye-bye.